Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in between, and everybody on the outsides of those extremes. My name is AJ Graham, and I welcome you to the AJ Verse, my world of words where I use my syllables to talk about this silly bull we call life. But before we get into the topic, I want to spit on the grave of a colonizer that is not hated enough. Now, people always talk about Hitler and what he did and the Holocaust and the Jews and all this stuff. But there's someone who did the equivalent to Africans, Leopold II. And I hope he's rotting in hell. He killed over 10 million people. For Hitler in the Holocaust, 6 million. So, Leopold II, I hope you're burning in hell. And I hope the torches are held by the darkest Africans that are there. Fuck you forever. So, moving on to the topic at hand. And before I start, I want to say I don't have kids. I don't want kids, and I have a philosophical reason to why I don't want kids. And I'm going to go ahead and share it since I've already mentioned it. And so people don't come and ask me what it is. So, my neutral stance on having kids, like, do I want kids, do I not want kids, is I don't want them. If there's a woman out there that makes me change my mind, then I'll have kids. But my neutral stance is I don't want them. And my reason for not wanting kids is one, I'm very big on consent. And none of us were born without consent. So I don't want to bring somebody into this world who didn't ask to be brought into this world. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how I see it. Also, when it comes to pregnancy and childbirth, I don't think it's fair. Let me go ahead and tell you what I mean by what I don't think it's fair. So to make a baby, all I have to do is bust a nut. I bust a nut and I can leave. In theory, technically, I don't have to be here. I don't have to deal with any of this. I can leave. But a woman, not only does she not have to have an orgasm to make a baby, more than 9 months, her body is occupied by someone else. And then, at the end of that 9 months, she has to endure the most painful, natural thing a human can go through, which is childbirth. And just one day I came up and I thought of this because I was thinking, I'm like, shit, like, hey, my best friend, she was pregnant. And I'm like, shit, like one day I have a kid, like, the baby's going to come out of the kid, or the kid's going to come out of the woman, and just being in the emergency room and hearing the screaming and all that stuff, it makes me feel bad because I'm the one that did that. And I did I put in the minimal amount of work to make that happen. And now she's doing the maximum amount of work as the final outcome. Okay, so got past that, got all that out of the way. So I want to talk about this weird phenomenon with embarrassing black kids online, whether it comes from their parents or from some other elders, and even sometimes some celebrities. Meek Mill made gave some kids were selling water a while ago, and Meek Mills gives them like $20 to split between I forgot how many of them was, but it was just fucked up. It was a fucked up situation. Little baby, the baby, I don't know. I mix all these niggas up. They're all one person to me. But he comes up to these kids who were selling candy, and he was like, "How much is it?" The kid said $200 or something like that. Obviously excited and joking, and he knows this guy's rich, whatever. And instead of just laughing it off, he like ridicules them. Like, "Oh, you trying to play me?" And gives them $2. Like, "Oh, I was gonna give you the 200, but now you can take this too." And it's like, Why? What is this? What is this phenomenon with embarrassing black kids? I've seen more than countless amounts of videos of people beating their kids or doing some type of like, or like oh, the little boy was acting up at school, let's go ahead and cut his hair like George Jefferson and give him the brozo, where it's like, none on the top, shit on the side. Like, you really gonna ridicule this kid? you know Damn, you don't want to like sit down and talk to him like, hey, this is what's going on. Like I said, I don't have kids, but I can say with all certainty, I wouldn't be doing this stuff to embarrass my kids and put it online at that. Like, you're embarrassing your kids for clout, for clicks, to go viral. Really? And I operate under the idea of, I don't give a fuck what white people think about what we do. But that comes with a caveat. Now, when you're doing these things to embarrass your kids into submission, because that's basically what you're doing, you're embarrassing them into submission to try to make them act right, and you put it online, that's just not for black people. It goes out and it goes to those red hat wearing MAGA motherfuckers, those types of people. And they see that and they're like, well, shit, they don't even care about their own kids. So what if we kill them in the streets? And maybe that's hyperbole, and I'm going above the pay grade of what this actually is, but it doesn't look like it's too far fetched, because that's what happens. They don't value their kids, so why should we? And there was a video that went around. This is a very hard segue, but hey, I'm saying segue, so I can go ahead and say something else now, right? There was a video. It was a viral video that went around, and it was supposed to be funny. It was a joke. It was a skit, and it went to the effect of, like, oh, when you find out that your son is having sex in the house, and then like the dad and the uncle and the older brother come in and they start dancing and all this shit. And I'm thinking, I'm like, this is some weird shit. This is weird. Like, okay, first of all, like, you're coming in to the room while your kid is having sex. That's weird in itself. Now, my first question was, when I first seen this video, oh, so if it was your daughter, are you gonna come and have this Super Bowl celebration with your daughter having sex in the house? And I said that on the feed, and here comes these guys. Oh, no, no, man, ain't nobody gonna be fucking my daughter. According to this video, somebody was fucking somebody's daughter, and I mean, this might be a topic for another day, but this weird world that we put kids in online is just so weird to me. And that brings me to my another point. It's, they people are going above and beyond to embarrass their kids, but girls get it way, way, way worse. On top of embarrassment, public embarrassment, on top of physical violence on your kids, which is domestic violence, in my opinion. It's domestic violence. It's happening at home. It's domestic. It's violent. It's domestic violence. Girls also have to face the fact that they will get slut shamed for doing the same things that their male counterparts are doing. There's been numerous videos of mothers beating their daughters for being a little fast ass. And there's even been, oh man, now I'm thinking about it, there was one video where, uh, the the mother accused the daughter of trying to seduce her boyfriend, or something like that. And that is a crazy type of jealousy to me. I've heard some horror stories about, you know, oh, my mom hated me because my dad molested me and my mom took it as just some other woman trying to take her man. And I'm hearing that, I'm like, well, shit, like, goddamn, like, you were less than 10, like, what the hell? And a lot of this stuff, of course, there's a lot of people that are they just got some mental illness. They didn't need to have kids and they shouldn't have kids. But then there's also the generational curses that are passed down. And, people are like, oh, why would you beat your kid, record it, and post it online? And that's passed down trauma through the years. I mean, think about it. Whole tar and feather, how they used to do the slaves and, beating them in front of everybody and, that kind of stuff passed down. And whenever I see one of these videos with the kids being beat or some type of weird public public embarrassment going on, it's always a bunch of laugh reacts. It's always a bunch of people laughing and joking and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you guys don't see that this is the generational curse. You're not seeing that this is passed down. You're not seeing this is trauma bonding at its worst. You don't see that. And this is something that needs to die. This needs to die a horrible death. It needs to die a horrible death and lay in the same grave as Leopold II. Same shit, different toilet, in my opinion. Every time I see one of these videos, I'm mortified because I personally, let y'all in on something. Public embarrassment is something that I fear it. I fear public embarrassment. Like that's just a phobia of mine. And to see these kids go through some of this stuff, I'm like, fuck. Like, I feel so bad for them. Like, I feel for them. And I hope that people can start gaining the same empathy that I have. Like, these kids are gonna grow up fucked up, and especially, shit goes viral. You gonna be out in public. Hey, aren't you that kid that got beat this way, or aren't you the one where your mom did this, and that's not something you want to be famous for. Shit is terrible. I mean, becoming a meme. Becoming a meme is scary, especially when it's something negative. Now, if it's somebody like Michael Jordan, who's this newer generation just knows him as the crying guy, the crying Jordan meme. It's Michael Jordan. So fucking what? But hey, you're a nine-year-old kid who got famous because his mom decided, oh, you want to act like a grown man? We're gonna cut your hair like a grown man, and cut his hair and gave him the brozo. You don't think that's gonna fuck somebody's head up for a long time, possibly for the rest of their life? That's You're gonna need some therapy, and it's okay to go to therapy. I'm not downing therapy. I'm saying that's some shit that you're gonna have to go work out in therapy. So when you see these viral videos going around of black kids being beat and embarrassed, ridiculed, the tough love type of thing. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Put yourself in that kid's shoes. Now, I'm a older millennial, so I didn't really have to endure that type of thing. But younger generation, that stuff could have happened to you. It really could have. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Tell people that share that shit, hey man, don't share that kind of stuff. Let's stop that behavior. Let's cut that behavior off. And yeah, maybe these parents probably got arrested and all that stuff, but the damage has been done already. It's bad enough this kid is getting hit. Let's not embarrass them also. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here. You can follow me on all social media at Alonzo Jules on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all the social medias except for Facebook. You can follow my Facebook page at the AJ Verse. Find me there. If you're on YouTube listening to this, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You can drop me suggestions for different topics as well. And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you. And be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. So, love, peace, and fist grease. And I will talk at you guys at another date and time. So, take care.